Hey, what's going on, social media family? Michael Cabradilla right here in San Diego, California. Thank you so much for tuning back in. We have been reading through this book right here. This is 100 Simple Secrets to Happy People, what scientists have learned and how you can use it. We've been reading through each chapter. Each chapter is very, very simple. It's about 2 pages long, and we've been able to kind of read through it, share some insight, maybe post some questions, and really just continue our conversation here in regards to just being happier, because why not, right? We would love to be happier for our friends, our family members, our acquaintances, people who are in our circle, our business partners. So let's go and read this. Chapter 69, Go Visit Your Neighbor. We no longer live in a time when people know all of their neighbors and consider them to be friends. A shocking number of people have never had a conversation with their neighbors, and some couldn't pick them out of a lineup. Introduce yourself or invite your neighbor over for coffee. Neighbors are not only a great potential source of friendship, they make us feel more comfortable in our homes, which is where most of us spend much of our time. New houses are being built across the country with an amazing new feature: front porches. According to the National Association of Home Builders, space that once might have been dedicated to a living room is now more likely to be used for a front porch. Architects, builders, and town planners see the front porch as one remedy to the unhappy and uncomfortable social distance that characterizes many neighborhoods. Many of us don't know who our neighbors are, and often we don't know anything about them. This, despite the fact that we have something tremendously important in common: our neighborhood, our surroundings, the place we begin and end each day. Front porches, let me turn the page here, are making a comeback because most of us would like the chance to venture outside our front door and meet the people on our street. Huh. All right, especially over these past couple years, right? At the recording of this video, it says greater community interactions can increase happiness by almost 30%. So greater community interactions can increase happiness by almost 30%. So a couple things that I think of, and just some insight. Feel free to share some comments in the comment section. Would love to hear from you, continue the conversation. But I remember my dad, talking about our neighbors, right? And the neighbors to our left, the neighbors to our right, neighbors across the street. We've at least met them and know them at least by name, by face, and that type of thing. Know a little bit about each other. A couple of the neighbors we know a little bit more than the others. But he said that if you take care of your neighbors, they will take care of you. Whether it's picking up the mail when you're gone, watching your house when you're on vacation, things like that. And it has really been true. And we're the type of people who extend a hand when we're able to. And in times of need, like a handful of years ago, even when my mom passed, some of the neighbors were the first and the quickest to console us and to check in with us and see if there was anything that we needed, because they're people that we see on a daily basis often, right? As we're leaving the home, as we're coming back. There are similarities. Even one of the neighbors, even at my dad's house, he's become really, really good friends with his neighbor, and they call each other best friends, right? So that's one of the things that I think about. I also think of making sure that we are connected with the people that are in our communities, right? So, I've been a DJ now at the recording of this video about 25 years. I mean, it's a good amount of time. And there have been a handful of block parties that I've DJ'd in my career. And I've always thought, because our neighborhood where we live currently right now isn't like this, but there have been some block parties where a lot of the neighbors in the area or in the cul-de-sac or in that particular community or neighborhood really either know each other, they know each other's children, they know each other and their families, and they get together for block parties. And it's an amazing thing to see a community come together for a party and to celebrate, whether it's July 4th, which is, sometimes a block party, or maybe even New Year's Eve. We've DJ'd events on New Year's Eve where the family and neighbors come in and kids, hang out with each other. They know each other, have fun with each other. And living in a community where people know each other, it's right. Like in the a chapter, it talks about feeling safer, feeling more connected. And so, what are your thoughts on that? Do you live in a space where you are connected with the community, connected with your neighbors? Do you know your neighbors by name? Or is it time to say hello? Is it time to delve a little bit deeper? Is it time to get to know each other a little bit so you can feel safer and feel more at home? What do you think? Put the comments in the comment section. We'll see you on the next chapter, which will be chapter number 70, I believe. Yeah, we're on 69. Anyways, take care. God bless. Thanks for tuning in.